my opinion on the Indian cricket team not going to Pakistan for the Champions Trophy and Pakistan taking this matter to US bureaucrats. I think that India should actually arm twist every single nation in the ICC to not go to Pakistan for the Champions Trophy. Make this Champions Trophy a complete flop. Of course, we should not go to Pakistan. Our team should not go to Pakistan. It's a terrorist nation. Why give them legitimacy by sending your cricket team there? And secondly, if you send your team there, what's the guarantee that they'll come back alive? You know what happened to Sri Lanka, right? The Sri Lankan cricket team a few years ago. There was a terrorist attack. At least one of the cricketers was shot, received a gunshot wound in leg or something. Fortunately, was not a life-threatening injury or a career-threatening injury, but it was definitely a gunshot wound, and they had to be evacuated out of the Gaddafi Stadium or whichever it was by helicopter. Do you want your cricketers to undergo that sort of nightmare scenario? No. So India is doing the right thing by not sending the cricket team to Pakistan, and I think that India is the most powerful, the richest cricket nation in the world, and a lot of these other cricket playing nations they depend on India for their revenues and their viewership money and all that. A lot of the cricketers in these nations like Australia, wherever, they a significant percentage of their income comes through IPL. So I think there's a case for convincing, or let's say persuading, these nations to not go to Pakistan too. Right? Bangladesh will go because Bangladesh is now a US vassal state, a US puppet. So the Bangladeshis will go. That's okay. Bangladesh doesn't matter. With all due respect to our Bangladeshi neighbors, but not important. Not the best cricket team. Of course, they defeated Pakistan in a test series a few months ago. That was okay. But I think we should try and persuade England and South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, etc., to not go to Pakistan. Also, Afghanistan. Persuade our Afghan friends. Why go to Pakistan? Nahi khelne ka. So I am completely on board with this. I think it's a good step that we are not sending our cricketers there, which will leave a huge hole in the Champions Trophy. It will be a hollow Champions Trophy, not really a legitimate Champions Trophy without India. And Pakistan taking this matter to the US bureaucrats. So yeah, there are a couple of fake journalists who so the US State Department, which is the foreign ministry of the US State Department, they hold these daily press conferences, daily or whatever. I think it's daily. And there's a couple of journalists who are planted there. They will ask a prescripted question about India to the press secretary, who will then come up with a very formulaic answer that kind of targets India. Couple of journalists are there, fake journalists. So recently, one of those fake journalists took up this matter, asked a question about India not participating in the Champions Trophy. He asked this question to the press, to the press secretary, whoever it was, Secretary of State Department press person, and that person gave a long. So the U.S. State Department Foreign Ministry gave a lecture to India that you can't mix politics and sports. You may have your differences with Pakistan. What differences? Terrorist nation, but okay, differences. So India, it's okay to have differences with Pakistan, but don't mix politics and sports. That's the kind of advice, lecture the Americans gave to India. Excuse me, don't mix politics and sports. Russia has been banned from participating in a lot of sporting events under its flag. Who did this? The Americans did that. And they have the gall to lecture us to not mix politics and sports. I mean, can you even take these people seriously anymore? Really, I don't know. So yeah, so it's a joke. It's an absolute joke.